It's time for Eastmont Wildcats boys basketball on the NCW Life Channel. High school sports on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by the Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. TC Slingers, they'll place the material for you. Confluence Health, Wenatchee's premier treatment center. Les Schwab Tires in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. The Windmill Restaurant in Wenatchee. And the Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club. Now let's go courtside at Eastmont High School alongside Grant Olson. Here's NCW Life Sports Director Eric Granstrom.
Scholarship handed to the Eastmont High School and Russ Waterman to do as they see fits. Grant, I'm going to hand it off to you. Why don't you tell us what's happening now, because I'm still trying to collect myself after that overtime thriller in our first game with Eastmont, unfortunately, coming up to the short side here to the Rogers Rams 64-62.
And what a game it was, too, Eric. And we've got a good one on the way here, I think, too. Rogers comes in with a pretty impressive 6-2 overall record in our second game of this doubleheader. 4-2 in their conference play, which is the 4A South Puget Sound League, which includes some pretty good teams in there. Graham Kapowson, Auburn, I think, is also in that. Right. Very tough teams. And looking forward to this one, Eric. Eastmont, kind of an up and down season. They had their struggles here early on, and I'm sure they're trying to remedy that. Maybe they can do that against a team they really don't know a lot about, Eric.
I talked to Mike Waters before the ball game. I asked him about the last game we did and if Anthony Lisson was not feeling so good or what the situation was, and he says, you know, he's struggling. He's really trying to find his space right now and find his game, because he's trying to get him to rebuild his game almost, because he doesn't have the same team he had last year.
Right.
He doesn't have the same pieces to the puzzle he had last year. So some of the things that Anthony was able to do last year with the crew he had around him, he just simply can't do this year. So Mike Waters is having to take him and kind of break his game down to build it back up. So in the meantime, we're seeing some of these younger players getting a chance to play quality minutes for Eastmont here so far this season.
And boy, we know how dangerous he can be when he gets hot, that's for sure. And Eastmont's going to need him when they get back into Big Nine play. Let's quickly take a look at the starting lineups, beginning with the Rogers Rams. James Baker to start, 6-foot senior, joined by Michael Dwyer, also a senior at 6'3". 6'4", post player is Nick Waterstrat. He's a senior. Jace Barrett is a sophomore at 6'1", and Nikita Apanasovich, 6'4", senior, rounds out the starting five. Head coach is Rico Anchetta. For the Eastmont Wildcats, it's Jack Kuski, Ethan Simpson, Isaac Wellborn, Oscar Calvillo, and Anthony Lisson. Head coach of the Eastmont Wildcats is Mike Waters. And we are just about underway. Eastmont in their white home uniforms, the away uniforms for Rogers in the Columbia blue. And we're just about set to go. Simpson will be jumping up in the center circle against Apanasovich.
Steve Simonson, our head official here for this one, along with Jim Jar and Seth Norman.
And Eastmont controls the tip. It's Lisson with it. Anthony Lisson, who really needs to get going here for Eastmont, the 5'10 senior. Hands it off now to Kuski, top of the key, near side on the wing. It's Simpson with it. With the left hand, stops there. Ball's tipped momentarily and then stolen away by the Rams down course. Apanasovich, and it's blocked from behind. Wellborn, who has played outstanding basketball, and knocks it off a Ram player. It'll be Eastmont ball. Nice play by the sophomore.
Well, that sophomore's earned his way into the starting lineup for Eastmont with plays just like that. Hustle,
Absolutely.
hustle, hustle.
Down court now, Calvillo for the Eastmont. Near side, it's Kuski with it. Drives to the basket. Layup good.
Beautiful. Saw the opening in that defense and just took it right to the rack to give Eastmont the first points of the ball game.
Back the other way, it's Barrett with it. Left-handed shot. 3. Good. And we saw his twin sister, Eric, earlier tonight, Reagan Barrett, who might be one of the best girls basketball players we've seen in a while. So I'm expecting a lot from her twin brother here. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll talk more about that here in a little bit.
Lisson, three-pointer, no good. Apanasovich, I'll get that right throughout the night. Underneath pass, put up, no good. Rebound, though, offensively. It's Barrett. And then the shot, and we've got a foul down on the baseline. That's going the other way. It'll be on.
Nope, no foul.
No foul.
He just stepped on the sideline.
Right.
When he went to go raise up for the shot. So a turnover for Rogers. Couple of turnovers here early for the Rams in this one.
Eastmont with it. Calvillo with it to the timeline. Man-to-man defense by the Rams here to begin with. And it's Dwyer on Calvillo. Looks top of the key. It's Lasan with it. Head fake. Can't shake the defender, though. That's Baker on him out top of the key. Wellborn now Cavillo into the lane. Right-handed layup in the lane. Good. Nice drive by Oscar Cavillo. 4-2, 4-3, I should say. Eastmont on top. Sorry, Eric.
Couple of lead changes back and forth. Look out. Bomb from
Baker,
outside.
4-3 is good. And 6 points. Both three-pointers here for the Rams early in this first quarter. Just 6:06 is what's left of the first quarter. It's a couple minutes gone so far. Simpson now far side on the wing. Head fake, but he can't shake Apanasovich. Now on the elbow is Wellborn. Cross court, Lasan. Comes back this way. It's Kuski near side to the side of the key. Can't get in there. Wellborn spin move on the baseline. Still fighting his way in there, and he will draw the foul.
Good idea for him not to quit on that. The defense flew past him. They got a hand on the ball, but he just able to maintain possession and kept his way to the rack. Gets a couple of free throws out of it.
Nick Waterstadt with the foul, the 6'4" senior for the Rams. Wellborn at the line. He'll shoot 2. First one on the way, off the side of the rim, no good. And he'll get another. 6-4. Rogers on top by 2. Wellborn his second free throw. Deep breath on the way. This time it's good. Wellborn scores 1 for 2, and it's a 6-5 ball game. Back the other way quickly. The Rams. Apanasovich underneath. No good. Fight for the rebound. Cavillo has his hands on it. Can't get it away, though, and it's out to Baker. Top of the key, drives, and he's fouled in the lane. It might be a reach-in on Lasan in there. And it is. So Anthony Lasan picks up the first foul of the ball game for the Wildcats, and Baker will bring it in for the Rams. Apanasovich now right side. Shot taken for 3 on the wing by Dwyer's no good. And a nice rebound by Barrett under there. Shot taken again, no good. Cavillo this time with the block out, and an over the back foul will be called on the Rams, and it's on Michael Dwyer.
Eastmont's got to do a better job getting body on body down underneath in the paint. Can't give up those offensive rebounds like that.
I think Rogers does have a bit of a height advantage, no doubt, with a couple of 6'3s and a 6'4 down there, so that makes it even more important.
You handle height by putting a butt right in there,
you got
thigh, and moving them out.
Spoken like a true wrestler, Eric. Wellborn near side. There's Lasan for 3. Good. That is what Eastmont needs, is for Anthony Lasan to get off here in this ball game, and Eastmont back in the lead now, 8-6. Here's Baker with it across the timeline. Eastmont man-to-man defense. Right side, Dwyer with it, has it poke checked away from him. Now top of the key, it's Waterstrat. Back right side, and Baker. Down low, Apanasovich has it. Right side of the key, takes the shot too hard, no good. But there's Barrett with the offensive rebound to the baseline. The lefty's going to put it up from there off the front of the rim. This time no good. Who's got it? It's batted down court. And here's Wellborn one-on-one against Dwyer. Shovel pass, Cavillo. He's fouled. The layup is no good. But Cavillo will go to the line and shoot 2.
3 offensive rebounds already for Jace Barrett in this ball game. Apanasovich with the foul. That's his first, 3rd team foul already.
Racking him up here in this first quarter, almost halfway through the period. 4:21 left. Here's Cavillo. First free throw on the way. Good. Cavillo with 3 points. It ties Anthony Lasan early on with the most points so far as Matty Turco comes in for Rogers. Here's Cavillo again. Spins the ball. Free throw on the way. Also good. 2 for 2 from the line and 4 for Cavillo. Quickly back down court is Rogers. Apanasovich, a pass out of the control of Matty Turco, who checked in, and that's a turnover on Rogers. Here's Cavillo back the other way for the Wildcat. Spin move, right elbow, kicks it back out, top of the key. Now here's Simpson, baseline shot, no good, and a nice rebound underneath by Barrett. Down court, Apanasovich can't control it, now grabs it. And he stands there on the wing. Here's Baker, thought about the 3 on the baseline, drives instead, reverse layup, good.
Oh my, that's quite the move by James Baker. I doubt he's named after the former Secretary of State, but he's ready for war here tonight.
Oh, Eric, you're too good. Lasan with the 3, or was it a 2? And he was hit in the active shooting. It was a 2-point attempt, and Lasan will go to the line and shoot 2.
Fouls on Baker, his first, 4th team foul already. So Eastmont, just be aggressive here. You're going to get a lot of chances at the line.
Absolutely. First one's good by Lasan. Substitutes now for Eastmont into the ball game is Garrett Smith, number 22. Trey Haberlock also in there, the 5'11 sophomore. Saw some good things out of Garrett Smith the last time we covered Eastmont 2 against Wenatchee. Free throw this time for Lasan, in and out. And he goes 1 for 2 from the line. 11-8, Eastmont on top, 3:34 left to go opening quarter. Here's Baker now between the leg dribble, right side. Apanasevich, back out Barrett. To Waterstrat, near side wing. Now Baker's going to try a long three. Good.
My goodness. Got to get a hand in his face. That was even over the top of some pretty tight defense there.
You bet. 11-11 now. We're tied up, approaching 3 minutes left in this fast-moving first quarter. Wellborn dribbles top of the key, near side. It's Lasan with it, with Baker on him. Lasan looks for some help. Now comes near side, where he finds Haberlock with it, the sophomore. Left-handed dribble, now comes back outside.
Boy, Rogers athletic, very fleet of foot.
They really are playing great man-to-man defense. 4 on the shot clock now, forces Lasan to put it up off the front of the rim. No good. Baker with the rebound, had a man down court, didn't see him. Now it's Barrett, baseline, 3, good. Jace Barrett, his second 3, he's got 6. 14-11, Rogers on top. Back come the Wildcats and Anthony Lasan.
Barrett, Baker, obvious shooters outside, gotta get a hand in the face.
Lasan with it in a little bit of trouble. Waterstrat now with the steal all the way down court. Layup up and in.
Boy, they've got athletes all over the floor here, does Rogers.
A quick 5-point spurt by the Rams now, and they have a 16-11 lead. Lasan pushes off a little bit, now gives it back to Haberlock. Plays catch with it with Wellborn. Garrett Smith thought about driving, spins and passes instead. Nice jump shot in the lane, Preston Esparza, and it's good for the Wildcats.
Nice vision by Garrett Smith, drawing the defense, finding the open man for the bucket for Eastmont.
Baker left open again, in and out this time, and Garrett Smith the defensive rebound for Eastmont. Haberlock quickly down court to Lasan, far wing. We've got a collision underneath the basket involving Esparza and Apanasevich, or I should say Barrett, and it will be, I think, a foul on Jace Barrett, and that'll be his first. 5 team fouls already here in the first quarter, and a timeout is called, and we'll keep it here by Rogers and Coach Rico Anchetta. And boy, Eric, you mentioned it. Very athletic Ram team out here. Eastmont has hit a couple of threes, and they've got to stay in this really to keep this close, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. We've already had 4 lead changes, 1 tie so far, and we're just getting through the final moments here of the first quarter of play with the I guess athleticism you see both on the offensive and defensive ends. You just got to make sure you keep a body on a body. That includes every time that ball goes up, whether you're on the offensive or defensive glass, you got to screen out to make sure that that paint is yours no matter what. Right now, 4 rebounds for Jace Barrett, 3 offensively, giving second chance opportunities for Rogers here so far in this game.
How about this Barrett family, Eric? Jace, his sister Reagan, amazing. I wonder who wins on 1-on-1 in the backyard.
I'll bet it's a tie every time.
Here's Simpson down low, inbounds play up and in. Nice look, and a nice bucket, his first for Ethan Simpson. 16-15, Rogers up by 1. Into the ball game now is Isaiah Lilly. His sister also played in the girls' game earlier tonight. Back out Baker. Juke and jive, top of the key, in and out on the shot, no good. Esparza the rebound for Eastmont. Quickly down court, looks for some help. Drug that pivot foot, it looked like a little bit.
And you're talking about the shot clock. Once again, we've had problems throughout the whole day here on the shot clock here at the Town Toyota Center.
So this was an issue earlier as well.
It really was, all day long.
Inbounds for the Wildcats, it'll be Haberlock. Side out, Wildcats down 16-15. Nice pass underneath Simpson, up and in. Beautifully executed inbounds play for Eastmont that time.
Beautiful pass by Haberlock.
Under a minute to go now, first quarter. And Eastmont retakes the lead 17-16. I have a feeling we should be keeping track of lead changes here. Maybe you are, Eric. We're going to see a few.
5 lead changes.
Here's Baker now, far wing. Tried to get it down low, and it's a turnover. Esparza picks up the loose ball, and he's heading down court quickly. Bounce pass right side, Cavillo. Back out of Esparza, good ball movement. Simpson's going to put up a three, and
Nice.
it's good.
Fantastic ball movement by Eastmont, finding the open man. Simpson planted there for the tray.
7 for Simpson, 20-16. Eastmont now on top by 4. Baker, top of the key. The ball is stolen away by Cavillo. Working one-on-one against Lilly. Fake pass, and now he does come out to Haberlock. The sophomore's going to put up a three, and it's good.
From way outside.
Trey Haberlock, and it's a 7-point Eastmont lead just like that. 6 seconds left in the quarter, 5. Here's Baker with it, makes a move on Smith into the lane, passes it off, might run out of time, and they do. And that is the end of the first quarter after 1. Here at the NCW Basketball Showcase, sponsored by Gisa Credit Union. It's Eastmont 23 and Rogers 16. We're back with more in 60 seconds. One quarter in the books. It's Eastmont 23, Rogers 16. Good quarter for the Wildcats. In fact, Eric, we were talking, might be the best one we've seen them play this entire season, at least the ones that we've seen. But
absolutely.
Very solid for Eastmont, and Rogers will begin with the ball here at half court, the second quarter. Inbounds, it's James Baker with it. Had a good first quarter. Matty Turco remains in to start the second quarter. Ball goes in and out of the hands of Baker, and that'll be a turnover once again on Rogers, giving it back to Eastmont.
6 turnovers for Rogers here in this first half so far. Only 2 for Eastmont. And Mike Waters told us before the ball game, they've been averaging about 20 a game.
Wow, that's huge. Taking care of the ball, and now with the lead here now. Here's Smith. Free throw line, stops there, kicks it out. Lasson's going to take the shot, in and out, no good. Good block out, but the ball goes to Simpson, back up and in.
Big offensive rebound there for Ethan Simpson.
Got 9 now in this first half for the Wildcats. Baker on the right side, Dwyer with it. Haberlock out on him. Here's Waterstrat now on the left side. Baker
stepped on the end line, or on the sideline again. That's twice now.
Boy, that's true. That's a turnover again on Rogers. That's 7 now, Eric, in this first half.
Yeah, you got to look at the floor here at the Town Toyota Center. This is a former NBA floor. That white stripe around, that's the NBA three-point line. And guys are used to setting up on that line when they get that ball down on the corner. Well, the line, normally you only have one to worry about. That's the high school three-point line. If you're out at that NBA line, doesn't take much to step back and step out of bounds.
Boy, that's so true. Haberlock, Eastmont a 9-point lead. Lasson, baseline off the back of the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound, and it's picked up by Apanasevich. Back down court come the Rams. Here's Baker inside, left-handed shot off the glass. Beautiful, it's good.
You know, he's just going to have to take it over here. He keeps trying to pass off to his teammates, but he's a one-man wrecking crew.
He sure is, and we've got a foul, a pushing foul across court.
It's on Matty Turco.
So Turco picks up his first and the 6th team foul on Rogers here in this first half. Still a long way to go before halftime. 6:36 left in the second quarter.
If you're Mike Waters, tell your team to stay aggressive, keep driving at him, get to the free throw line.
Simpson near side, Wellborn with it, drives into the lane. He was bumped, puts it back up, his own shot, and it goes in. And we've got a foul on Kuski. Jack Kuski, his first foul, and only the second team foul now on Eastmont here in this half, as the Wildcats come out full court pressure as well. Waterstrat brings it in. Dwyer has it, far side of the court, picked up there by Haberlock. And now it's Turco. Far side, Apanasevich up and good from the baseline, his first 2 of the night.
No matter how you spell it or say it, that was pretty sweet.
It sure was. Nice no-look pass. Well done by Kuski, but just a little late for Simpson. Knocked out of bounds, and boy, it will be Rogers basketball.
I thought Apanasevich was the last one to touch it, but no, it goes off of Eastmont.
Must have been off Simpson then was the call. Full court press continues now for the Wildcats. Waterstrat to Barrett. He'll bring it up court. Jace Barrett, 6'1" sophomore. At the top of the key, picked up by Lasson. Eastmont staying in man-to-man. Now slide into a bit of a zone, I guess, don't they, Eric?
Yep.
Shot taken outside, no good. Nice block out and rebound by Lasson. With the miss was Turco. And Lasan, a shovel layup, no good. And rebound Dwyer. Back come the Rams now. Apanasevich, shot taken, no good. Wellborn there with the defensive rebound for the Wildcats. Kuski bounce pass to Cavillo. It's blocked and goes out of bounds. Haberlock, I should say. And it will remain Eastmont basketball. Baker back in for Rogers. Also back in there, Oscar Cavillo for Eastmont. And Lasan takes a rest on the bench with 5:23 left, second quarter. Eastmont up 27-20. Kuski inbounds, Haberlock, now it's Simpson. Tried to find somebody down low, couldn't, comes back out. Near side has Wellborn, between the leg dribble, picked up by Waterstrat. Now at the elbow, here's Simpson, spins in the lane, takes the shot, partially blocked, puts it back up, his own shot, good. Simpson, 11 points in this first half. He's had a half, and the Eastmont back up by 9, 29-20.
Officials are letting a lot of rough play get away inside. I thought maybe a bump could have been called at Simpson and put him at the free throw line. He's still got his 2 points, however.
Dwyer has it. Little push on the baseline. He's going to be fouled by Haberlock down there. And that will be the sophomore Trey Haberlock's first foul, and only the third team foul on Eastmont.
I'll make them earn it. Don't give it away. Dwyer to the free throw line.
Dwyer is senior at 6'3", right-handed shooter. First one good. His first points of the ball game.
Think if they had a mixed basketball game, boys and girls. You get Dwyer.
That'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
You get Barrett. Dwyer and his sister.
What a combo.
No, I'm telling you.
That's great. Into the ball game, by the way, is Aiden Fernando for Rogers. Also back in for Eastmont is Preston Esparza. Ball's knocked out of bounds, and it will remain Rogers basketball after the missed free throw.
Jack had a chance to chase that down, but he had, I think it was Barrett over there that was racing over there with him. Lost the ball, out of bounds, out to Rogers.
Baker brings it in on his own baseline, gets it out, Waterstrat with it. Now to Dwyer, top of the key, picked up by Kuski. Crossover dribble,
Beautiful.
but it didn't work very well for Dwyer. A nice steal by Kuski. Back the other way come the Wildcats. Approaching 4.5 minutes now left to go before halftime. What a quick first half so far. Wellborn takes the shot from the elbow, no good. Rebound to Barrett, and it's 3-on-2 opportunity now for the Rams. Barrett's going to keep it all the way down. Left-handed layup, no good. Rebound, Fernando back up and can't get it. Now Wellborn clears the boards for the Wildcats. To Kuski as he slows things down a bit, picked up half court by Barrett. Now near side it's Esparza with Dwyer on him. Far side Cavillo drives into the lane, couldn't do anything with it. Simpson's going to take another long three, front of the rim, no good. And Barrett the defensive rebound for Rogers, and a pushing foul on Kuski. A little bit too aggressive when he didn't need to be.
No, that's a frustration foul there by Esparza. Fourth team foul against the Wildcats.
Esparza's first with 3:55 now left in the second quarter.
Coach's kid, Joey Anchetta, checks in here for Rogers.
Dwyer comes out. Usually those coaches' kids, you got to look out for those guys, don't you, Eric?
Smart.
Joey Anchetta, 6-foot junior. Here's Baker now, quickly down court with Esparza chasing him. Boy, he does, doesn't he? Back out Barrett, the lefty for three. Good.
Oh, my goodness.
Three-pointers for Barrett. He's got 9 now, and it's a 29-24 ball game. Underneath, shot taken. Garrett Smith is up and good. Gets that great position with that big body down there, and it's tough to get your hands on the ball when Garrett Smith has it.
Nice counter for Eastmont. Needed a bucket right there. Killer bees, Baker and Barrett now for Rogers.
Barrett feeling it. Missed that one, though. Goes for his own rebound. It's touched last by whom? Maybe Kuski. The officials asking each other who hit it out of bounds.
No, they're going to. Wow. I thought Barrett touched that one last.
They're going to give it to Rogers on the far side. Matty Turco back in. Waterstrat out of the lineup. Also checking in for Rogers, or back in there, is Apanasevich. Underneath, wide open. There he is, the coach's son, Anchetta, up and in. His first 2 of the night, and we've got a 5-point ball game.
Good vision by Apanasevich, seeing him wide open underneath the bucket. Eastmont's got to keep an eye on everybody on the floor.
Rogers staying man-to-man defense. Cavillo now far side, drives to the free throw line, spins there, almost walked in the lane, and kicks it back out. Wellborn had a shot, won't take it. Just inside the three-point line, hands it off to Esparza, who will drive the lane, dish it back out. Garrett Smith has it. Now back to Cavillo. Free throw line, Wellborn's going to take it to the basket. Left hand, can't get it, but a nice drive by Wellborn, and then a foul on the rebound by Apanasevich.
Again, just reaching after you give up that rebound. No need for that.
And it's
frustration
Wellborn.
Factor high for the coaching staff.
His first, and Eastmont now catching up with Rogers. 5 team fouls, Rogers 6.
They're doing a good job of taking the ball down the lane, but they're waiting a long time to take the ball to the rack.
Apanasevich, far side on the wing. Now top of the key, it's Baker with a Sparza on him. Look at how quick he is. Left elbow, takes the jump shot, gets elevation. No good, but he's fouled. And Baker will go to the free throw line. Esparza with the foul, his second. Baker at the line has not attempted a free throw yet. 10 points so far in this one. First one on the way, in and out, no good. Tony Lasan and Haberlock, Trey Haberlock back in for Eastmont. Esparza and Kuski to the bench for a breezer besides Coach Mike Waters. Here's Baker's second free throw, it's good. 1 for 2 for Baker on that trip, and it's a 4-point Eastmont game as we inch closer to that 2-minute mark left in this first half. Haberlock to Smith. Eastmont sets up their offense. Now it's Anthony Lasan. Man-to-man defense the entire way this half by Rogers. Ball's loose, top of the key dangerously. Picked up by Wellborn. Now it's Lasan, dribbles around a guy. It's Baker. 2 quick players right there, Baker and Lasan. Lasan now to Cavillo at the free throw line. He's guarded by...
Take it, go.
He's got it in the lane, and then it's rejected by Turco. Out of bounds, and whose ball is this going to be?
Violation.
It was. So it doesn't really matter who hit it out of bounds then, and it will be Rogers basketball.
Well, Eastmont got Rogers in foul trouble here early in this first half in the second quarter, and just has not taken advantage by taking that ball to the rack.
And it looks also, Eric, like Rogers has settled down a little bit, too. Shot taken by Turco, well off the mark. Rebound Wellborn, down court Cavillo. Needs some help, though. Finds Haberlock, but I think it's tipped by a Ram, or is it? No, and it will be
away.
Rogers basketball.
5 turnovers unofficially for Eastmont here in this first half. 8 for Rogers. That's the biggest reason why Eastmont's got the lead in this one.
Absolutely. 31-27 as we get close to a minute and a half left now before halftime. Quick moving first half here from Town Toyota Center. Great to have you along on the NCW Basketball Showcase on the NCW Life channel. And Cheta now down low. Apanasevich won't get it, but Barrett will take it off the back of the rim. No good. I'll get that name right eventually. Turco back out Baker. Fresh shot clock for the Rams. Baker between the leg dribble, and he's going to take the shot. It's good. His third 3 of this half.
And he's out by the NBA 3 on that. That's tough to defend. And when he steps back, gets himself a little separation, and drains it from way outside.
There's something. Lasan with Apanasevich on him. Big height difference there. Now it's Cavillo. Inside, Wellborn has position against 2 Rams. The ball's tipped away. Lasan picks it up, sheds the first defender, up and good for 3.
Boy, Eastmont needed that answer right there as the Rams had come back from trailing by 9 to cut it to within 1 right there.
Barrett almost had it stolen away from him by Trey Haberlock, but gets control once again. It sets up the Ram offense. Right side, Turco. Lob pass, and we've got a push underneath. That's a mismatch, though. Apanasevich taking on Lasan underneath. And Lasan picks up the personal foul, and that's number 2 on him. And Apanasevich will shoot 1 and 1 at the free throw line. The 6'4 senior. 2 points here so far in this first half.
Well, have a spelling bee at halftime. See if you can spell Apanasevich.
Free throw is good, 34-31 with 20.8 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Apanasevich will get another one. Right-handed shooter on the way, rolls around and drops through.
My grandma heard me say his last name. She'd put soap in my mouth.
Right. 15 seconds now left in the first half. Lasan with it as the Rams now slide into a zone defense. A 1-2-2 zone by the Rams. Here's Wellborn underneath. Nice position. Can't get it to fall again. Follows his own shot. Gets the rebound. Back up with it. Good at the buzzer. How about that for Isaac Wellborn? And he's playing a game once again here for the Eastmont Wildcats.
Officials are talking it over, making sure that that bucket did count. It did. A 36-32 halftime lead for the Eastmont Wildcats. And yeah, Isaac Wellborn, a well-deserved breath of fresh air for Mike Waters and this Eastmont team.
Well, and I just can't see him not starting the rest of this season the way he's playing now. He didn't start against Wenatchee. I don't think he came off the bench, but I think that'll be his spot now for the rest of this season. We're at the break, and it got a good one again. The first game was great. This one is shaping up to be the same. Our score at half is Eastmont 36 and Rogers 32. You're watching the NCW Basketball Showcase, sponsored by Giesa Credit Union, right here on the NCW Life Channel. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back for halftime. Halftime show, I guess it's called, right, Eric?
Yeah.
Our halftime show
Sure.
right after this. Grant Olson along with Eric Granstrom back courtside at Town Toyota Center for the NCW Basketball Showcase. We want to thank Giesa Credit Union for sponsoring the showcase. Lots of basketball here in the Wenatchee area over the next, it started yesterday.
Today, 2 games yesterday, 6 today,
right,
and 6 again tomorrow.
Fun.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. We got a good one here, Eric.
Yeah, we certainly do, with Eastmont leading at 36-32 at halftime. We should remind folks that our coverage on the NCW Life Channel brought to you in part by Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Take a walk on the wild side. The Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club and the Windmill Restaurant in Grant. First half. Well, Anthony Leeson, good to see him stroking it from outside. What do we have in the stat category offensively for these two teams?
Leading scorer for the Eastmont Wildcats, Ethan Simpson, who also is having a very nice ball game. 9 points in the first quarter, 2 in the second for that 11 points. Anthony Leeson, as you mentioned, Eric, 7 points. He's hit 2 threes. And that's really his game. If he can get off hitting those long-range shots, Eastmont usually is in pretty good shape. 5 points for Isaac Wellborn, who's playing just a fantastic game. 3 points for Trey Haberlock, Jack Kuski and Preston Esparza both with 2, and Garrett Smith also with 2 points. Oscar Cavillo with 4. Eastmont 4 for 6 from the free throw line. 8 players, by the way, scored for Eastmont in that first half. For Rogers, leading scorer at the break, Jace Barrett with 9 points. I should say 14 points for James Baker, rather. 1 for 2 from the free throw line for Baker. He's hit 3 3-pointers in this ball game. 2 in the first, 1 in the second. He's got 14. 9 for Barrett, 4 for Apanasovich, 4 as well for Joey Anchetta, the coach's son. Also 4 for 6 for Rogers from the free throw line.
I think that 2 of those 3 3-pointers for James Baker were NBA range.
Oh, without a doubt.
From way outside.
Almost as far away as Reagan Barrett's were in the girls' game.
Absolutely.
She was downtown.
5 lead changes in this game so far. 1 tie, with Eastmont's largest lead being 9 points in the first half, and the Rams' largest lead being 5 points. So it's been quite a back-and-forth battle here. As far as the rebounding, the edge goes to Rogers with 13 rebounds in that first half of play. 5 offensive, 8 defensive rebounds. They're led by Jace Barrett. He's not the tallest guy on the floor, but he's got 3 offensive, 3 defensive rebounds. Meanwhile, for Nikita Apanasovich, he's got 3 defensive boards to lead the way here for Rogers in that first half. Also, a couple of assists for James Baker. He's been feeding it well over to Jace Barrett in that first half of play. Meanwhile, for the Eastmont Wildcats, with the 9 rebounds, leading the way is Isaac Wellborn. We talked about him offensively. He's doing it on the glass as well. He's got 4 rebounds, 2 offensive, 2 defensive. He's got a block shot as well to go with the effort here to this evening. Meanwhile, 2 offensive rebounds for Ethan Simpson, working well on the offensive glass here for the Eastmont Wildcats. And Trey Haberlock with a couple of assists off the bench to help things out.
He's just a sophomore, too. I think, like Wellborn and Haberlock, is the future of Eastmont. Things are looking good. And I'll tell you, Wellborn just gets better every game, it seems.
Yeah, and we talked about it briefly in that first half. Talked with Mike Waters before the ball game. He says we've just been really working on passing and just being fundamentally sound on our passes. He says they've been just too tricky, trying to pull off NBA-type passes, Michael Jordan-type passes with the one hand spinning the ball on a bounce down low, and they just can't do that. They've been averaging over 20 turnovers a game so far. Well, so far so good for Mike Waters and Eastmont. Just 5 turnovers in that first half to 8 for Rogers, and that's a big difference in the ball game right now.
It really is, and I love the way Eastmont is being patient on the offensive end, Eric, and their transition basketball has been fantastic too. They're not really forcing passes down court, making kind of stupid passes at times. They're really using their head and playing smart basketball tonight, and they have the lead.
Absolutely. Eastmont got off to a good start in that first quarter, leading at the end of 123-16, outscored by 3 in the second. So Mike Waters got to talk to his club about sharing that basketball. When they got that good rotation going offensively, it seemed a little more successful for them.
So our halftime score here from Town Toyota Center for the NCW Basketball Showcase, it's Eastmont 36, Rogers 32. We'll take another 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back with more and your second half action on the NCW Life Channel right after this. Back courtside at Town Toyota Center, Grant Olson along with Eric Grantstrom. Our halftime score is Eastmont 36 and Rogers 32. The second game of our doubleheader here on the NCW Life Channel. If you missed the first game, it was a barn burner with Rogers winning it in overtime by a final score of 64-62. We talked about a bunch of basketball today, and Eric, there's a bunch more tomorrow.
Absolutely. Starts at 11 o'clock in the morning again with boys basketball between Bethel and Moses Lake. That'll be followed at 1 o'clock by Linwood and Eisenhower. That'll be Rogers and U-High at 3 in a girls game, followed by the boys at 5. Then we'll be back here with the NCW Life Channel cameras as we bring you Eastmont and Wenatchee. Non-league game for the two teams tomorrow here at the Town Toyota Center. The girls started off at 7. The boys will follow at 9 o'clock in Eastmont. I'm sure will be eager to get back out on the court on the girls' side after dropping that overtime thriller here just a little bit ago against Rogers.
And I'll tell you what, Eastmont looks like a way different team than we saw play Wenatchee just a few weeks ago, the way they're playing here tonight. So that could be a great ball game tomorrow as well. So sit back and enjoy this second half action. We're underway here from Town Toyota Center and got a close one. And Eastmont will begin with the basketball, moving right to left. The bucket is picked by Kuski by Dwyer, but it goes out of bounds, and Eastmont will retain possession as Kuski will give it another shot here. 2 points for Kuski in that first half. Gets it into Wellborn, back to Kuski. Rogers back to a man-to-man defense. Now it's Tony Lasson with it. Baker on him to Wellborn. Nice pass underneath. Here's Simpson with room. Left hand up and in. Nice
Beautiful
shot by Simpson.
Beautiful look by Wellborn inside. He's just got a complete game going for that sophomore for Eastmont.
Such a great thinker out on the court for his age, you're right. Now it's Barrett with it. Apanasovich down on the baseline. Baker has it. He stepped on that line again. That might be the third time now he's done that tonight, Eric.
9 turnovers for Rogers in the ball game. And 3 of those by Baker stepping out of bounds.
But he has made up for it with his 14 first half points. Here's Lasson, not Kuski. Hands it off, Wellborn. Spins with his back to the basket. Now his shot's taken by Simpson. In and out, no good. Rebound to Dwyer. And back come the Rams quickly. Jackson, he is so quick on the dribble. Right elbow, slides back out to the wing on the near side. Now top of the key, it's Waterstrat. Take shots taken, it's no good. Fight for the rebound underneath. Who's got it? It's kicked out. Dwyer has it. He's going to launch one, and it rolls in good.
Goodness.
Dwyer's first bucket of the second half, and it's 38-35. Wildcats by 3. Wellborn, right elbow, can't do anything there. Kicks it out. Lasson has it. Now back top of the key to Wellborn. Looking for some help with Cavillo. Double team, kicks it out again to Wellborn. He'll drive to the basket. Too hard off the glass, no good. Dwyer comes up with the loose ball down court, and it's Barrett with it. Asanathovich with it. Shot taken, good. And that should count. Apanasovich, nice bucket. And he'll go to the free throw line. Didn't catch that Eastmont foul. Oh, it is on Ethan Simpson, his first. And our first team foul here in the second half. And Nikita Apanasevich to the free throw line. He has 6 with that bucket. Can make it 7 here with the made free throw. On the way, good.
And our second tie of the ball game, Grant.
Probably won't be the last, I have a feeling. Here's Kuski now for the Wildcats to Simpson. Looks for help, finds it in Wellborn. As Waterstrat guards him underneath Cavillo, the layup good.
Good eyes again by Wellborn, taking advantage of the gap of the defense, seeing the cutter and Cavillo, and the bucket for Eastmont.
Eastmont seems a lot more patient and a lot more confident in this game, both regards. Rogers has the ball again, down by 2. It's Baker left, open 3, it's good again. His 4th three-pointer of this ball game, and Coach Waters wants to talk things over.
It's actually Rogers that took the timeout.
Oh, it's Rogers' timeout. 32nd, we'll keep it here with 5:35 left to go here in this third quarter. And Rogers now with the lead, Eric, 41-40. How about Baker?
That's so tough. I mean, you just play so well. You get a nice bucket, nice rotation, good ball handling on the offensive set. You go down, you set up, everybody sets up in the paint. You make a good block on the defensive set as far as keeping the ball outside, but then Baker just steps back and breaks your heart.
And it does too. And Baker, I love the way he just takes that quick shot. Step back, boom. He doesn't waste any time in getting it away, and he is so accurate. What a great shooter. 17 points with 5.5 minutes left, a little over in the third quarter.
6th lead change of the ball game. Back and forth we go. And for Mike Waters and his team, they got to watch it here, because if you go back to the start of the second quarter, Rogers on quite a run right now.
Lots of athletes on that Rams team as Eastmont comes back down court with it. Lasan. He comes up a Dwyer on him, and Lasan dribbles right side. It's the far side. Back now left side. Kuski underneath, too high for the alley-oop to Cavillo, and it goes out of bounds, and that'll give it back to Rogers.
A 9-4 run for Rogers here to start the second half to take the 1-point lead. Eastmont with their 6th turnover of the ball game.
Waterstrat inbounds, and it's knocked out by Cavillo as he tried to get into Baker. Eastmont full court pressure, man-to-man full court press. Waterstrat once again will inbounds for the Rams. Slaps at the ball, looks for some help, finds it in Baker as Cavillo comes up on him, and now players just clear out and head down court, except Cavillo, who will stay on Baker man-to-man. Dwyer far side on the left wing with Lasan on him. Waterstrat left wide open. The 14-footer's no good. Nice rebound, though, by Apanasevich. He's still got it on the baseline. Drives to the baseline. Kuski mismatch height-wise there. Barrett will take the shot.
Stepped on the sideline again.
Boy, again.
And I really think, Grant, it's because they're setting up on the arc that is the NBA arc, not the high school arc.
And that's what's doing it. That NBA three-point line on that far side just doesn't give them enough room. They're not used to it, like you said, Eric. And Kuski has it for the Wildcats. Eastmont down by 1, 41-40. As we were just about halfway through. Cavillo hits the floor hard. Might have slipped a little bit on his, got bumped for sure, but the slip made it look a little worse than it was as Nick Waterstrat picks up his 2nd personal now. And the 3rd team foul on the Rams here in the second half. Eastmont with it, full shot clock, down by 1. Kuski on the baseline, double team there. As the Rams slide into a zone defense now. They've switched back and forth a few times from man-to-man to zone. Wellborn left open in that zone, shot up good, and he's fouled. What's the call here? I think it's going to be good, and he's going to get a free throw, a chance for a 3-point play for the sophomore. The foul's on Dwyer, his 2nd.
Great job by Wellborn of taking advantage of the player getting up in the air, leaning into him a little bit, drawing the foul, and getting the bucket and the follow-through.
Free throw is good, and Wellborn does complete the 3-point play. He's got 8 now in the ball game, and Eastmont retakes the lead, 43-41. Barrett behind the back dribble across half court, picked up by Kuski. Eastmont staying man-to-man, at least for now. And now it's Dwyer, far side on the wing, back out top of the key, Baker. Looking near side, it's Barrett left open for a second. He'll take the shot, no good. Wellborn the block out, and nice job to Cavillo. Down court, does have Simpson there, but smartly waits for some help. Now Simpson might have taken some steps, and he did. A little bit excited as he tried to make his way into the paint, and a traveling violation called on Eastmont.
I think if you're Coach Mike Waters, it's an aggressive play, trying to get some buckets.
And that was easy for Afanasovich. If you break the press, get it to the center court, it's going to be easy, and it was that time for the Rams. And he's got 5 here in this second half. Kuski now to Wellborn, near side on the wing. Underneath Simpson, nice bounce pass to Cavillo, partially blocked under there though by Afanasovich. Kicked out, no look pass Lasan down low. Simpson can't take the shot. Air ball by Cavillo, another nice rebound by Ethan Simpson. Eastmont with 23 on the shot clock, approaching 3:20 now left in the third quarter. Another quick moving quarter. Simpson, cross court, Wellborn, he'll take the 3, good!
Oh my goodness.
Wellborn with 6 now this quarter and 11 in the ball game. Baker between the leg dribble and hits the back of his foot. Cavillo goes for the steal, shot taken, no good. Afanasovich back up and in. 7 for him this quarter, and it's 46-45 Eastmont. Kuski with it. Back to man-to-man defense for the Rams. Now it's Lasan. To Wellborn with Waterstrat on him. Left side, Simpson wants to go to the basket. Afanasovich won't let him do it. Back out top of the key, Kuski. Eastmont reloads now with a better hurry. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Kuski on the right side, a little bit of a push off. Now to Lasan, takes a step. Shot taken, in and out, no good. Afanasovich the rebound. How did that not fall? And back the other way come the Rams. Here's Barrett, far side, or on the near side, I should say, to Baker, tripped up by Cavillo. And that will be Oscar Cavillo's first personal foul. Second team foul now for Eastmont here in this second half. Substitutions coming in, and Chetta, also Matty Turco comes in. Thought there were 3 players.
Isaiah Lilly also came in.
Oh yeah, Lilly, Israel. Rams with the basketball. Lilly with the basketball. Lasan on him. Eastmont staying in that man-to-man. Lilly, top of the key, looks right, goes left instead. Turco back out to Barrett. Wellborn guarding him. Now far side, Afanasovich. Back over our side. Barrett, nice head fake, drive to the basket. Left hand, puts it up off the glass, no good. Fights for his own rebound, gets it back up again, no good, and he's fouled this time. Nicely done by Barrett. That foul is on Lasan, number 3 now on Anthony Lasan, our first player in the game with foul trouble. Minute 51 left, third quarter.
Long way to go in this one for Anthony to be picking up his 3rd foul right there.
Barrett, no points yet this half. He does now, and that's his 10th in the ball game. 9 first half points for the sophomore, Jace Barrett. And we're tied up, 46.
4 offensive rebounds for Barrett. You talk about that family learning how to follow their own shots.
Just solid basketball players as Barrett hits his 2nd free throw. Now he has 11. 47-46. Rams retake the lead. It's Lasan. Tries to get in the lane, can't do it. Kicks it back out as Sparza, who's checked in now, to Garrett Smith, who's also in the ball game for the Wildcats. Back out Kuski with Turco coming out on him. He picks up his dribble, goes right side as Sparza. Under a minute and a half now left to go third quarter. Wellborn with Afanasovich on him. Lasan head fake. Barrett isn't going for it. Knocks it away from Lasan. Lasan then hits it off Barrett's leg and out of bounds. Smart play by Lasan, but only 4 seconds on the shot clock. So Eastmont's got to get something off here very quickly. Substitution as Trey Haberlock comes in. And he'll replace Jack Kuski in the Wildcat lineup. Side out for Eastmont.
Just really good, solid defense for Rogers here on this weave out top for Eastmont.
Wellborn better take the shot. Double pumper in the air. Good by Wellborn.
Ice in the veins of the sophomore.
8 in this quarter for Wellborn, now 13 in the ball game. It's 48-47 Eastmont with 1 minute now left to go in the third quarter. Barrett to Turco, back out Lilly, top of the key with Lasan on him. Picks up his dribble, looks for some help, dumps it down. Afanasovich inside the key, no shot taken there. Lilly has it. He's going to put it up from three-point land, no good. But Afanasovich there for the offensive rebound on the baseline, cross court, and Chetta with it.
Oh.
Stopped on the baseline by Smith. And back out to Lilly. Nice ball movement. Shot taken. Apanasevich, good.
4 rebounds in this quarter for Apanasevich, 2 on the offensive glass. Keeping it alive. Another lead change. That's her 9th of the ball game.
To go along with 9 points for Apanasevich in this quarter. Eastmont ball, 16 seconds left in the third period. Lassonde with it. Looking for some help. Haberlock just takes the dump off from him. Now 7 seconds. Eastmont better hurry a little bit now as Haberlock takes it to the basket. No doing there. Turco on defense. Lassonde's going to have to put one up at the buzzer. No good, but is there a foul?
Yep, 3 free throws coming up for Tony Lassonde.
Barrett picks up his second. And Lassonde, as you said, Eric, will shoot 3 free throws here at the end of this quarter. Down by 1, Eastmont can go up 2 with 3 made free throws here. And Barrett there, that was a sophomore mistake. You can tell he's a young player right there.
Absolutely got juked in the air. A nice move by Anthony Lassonde.
His first point of the second half. Free throw is good. He's got 8 now. Here's his second free throw, also perfect for Anthony Lassonde. He's a great free throw shooter.
10th lead change of the ball game.
Wow. 50-49 Eastmont. Lassonde's third free throw, too hard off the back of the rim, no good. And that does it for the end of our third quarter. After 3 here at Town Toyota Center, we got a good one. It's Eastmont 50, Rogers 49. Back with more action on the NCW Life Channel in 1 minute. Rogers outscored Eastmont 17-14 in that third quarter, but Eastmont has the 1-point lead as we begin fourth quarter play here on the NCW Life Channel. Hope you're enjoying this one as much as we are. Lilly will take the fadeaway jumper from 14. Good, nicely done. And first points for Isaiah Lilly, and they come here in the start of the fourth quarter. Another lead for the Rams now at 51-50. Here's Wellborn to Garrett Smith, right side, picked up by Anchetta as Sparza has it. He's going to put up the long shot, almost got the roll, no good. Turco the rebound, though, and back come the Rams. Turco one-on-one against Wellborn. He'll hold up and give it back to Anchetta for 3. Good!
So many guys that can shoot from outside for Rogers.
Unbelievable. 7 3-pointer is the team for Rams here in this one. It's a 4-point Rogers lead. Kalen Massey into the ball game for the first time for the Wildcats. Number 30, he's 6'3" junior, whistle. And we've got a timeout called, a quick one by Coach Mike Waters. Not sure what he's seeing out there. A little dishevelment, I guess, by his team. And it's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 54-50 Rogers. Lots of lead changes in this ball game.
And what Coach Waters is starting to see is something he does not want to see. That'll get sloppy with the passing and not being real crisp, maybe trying to do a little bit too fancy of stuff on the offensive end, trying to settle them down right now and say, listen, fundamentals, chest pass, bounce pass, over the head pass, none of this jump passing. That's what's gotten us into troubles. Let's remember what we've been practicing for the past week.
And you know, when you're under pressure, like Eastmont is kind of the Rams right now, you kind of revert back to bad habits.
Sure.
And it seems like that's what's happening. I think you nailed it perfectly on the head. They just need to kind of clear things out a little bit and go back to what they did in that first half.
And that's something you've mentioned, that they've been very patient on the offensive end, that you got to continue to be patient here.
Back to live action now, and it's Massey with it. Spins against Lilly, now kicks it out as Sparza, free throw line, running jumper in the lane, gets it to go.
Good ball movement, good job listening to their coach by the Eastmont Wildcats.
First points of the second half for Esparza. Now it's Baker. Boy, does he get some air on those jump shots. No good. Lilly will put up a 3. It's good. 5 for Lilly here in this fourth quarter.
And Chetta, I think, was hiding somebody from us.
So too, didn't get a lot of playing time that first half. Esparza puts it down on the floor in a crowd and it gets stolen away from him. Here's Turco one-on-one against Massey. No good. The rebound to Wellborn.
Key rebound defensively that time for Wellborn.
Massey all the way down court to Esparza. The shot's no good. I think he got kind of nicked on the hand a little bit. That's on Anchetta, his first.
I don't think it was the hand, Grant.
Wasn't the hand, huh? Okay.
No.
All right.
Nope.
Let's just leave it at that then.
Yes.
It is the holidays and everything. Here's Haberlock will bring it in for the Wildcats. 57-52. Rogers on top by 5. Esparza wide open for 3. No good. And Chetta the rebound. Shuffles it off to Barrett. Behind the back dribble. Shot taken with the left hand and a blocking foul in the lane. It'll be called on Preston Esparza. And that'll be his 3rd personal foul. Now joins Anthony Lisson with 3 personal fouls for the Wildcats.
That's a good call by the official. Did not have himself set and also kind of folded as the offense player, Jace Barrett, came into him.
Barrett's first free throw, the lefty, is good. He's 3 for 3 now from the free throw line in this ball game with 12 points.
Eastmont's got to get an answer here this next time down. They find themselves by their largest deficit in the ball game right now at 6 points.
Barrett misses that free throw. You're right. 58-52. Garrett Smith quickly down court. Back out Haberlock. Top of the key. Wants to take Lilly to the basket. Gets cut off there. Now it's Massey with the drive, and he's fouled. A reach-in foul. Massey, first time in the game this second half, now goes to the line.
Waterstratz with the foul. I think that was on the baseline, so it'll be an inbounds play for Eastmont.
That's number 3 on him. So now the first Ram in any kind of foul trouble with 3. Not a lot of foul trouble here with 5:47 left in the 4th quarter.
Simpson back of the ball game for Eastmont. Got to get him involved in the offensive end.
Lisson with the shot, no good. Nice rebound, though, by Cavillo underneath. Dribbles out of traffic, puts it up from 2 feet, no good, and then comes back with the frustration foul. Boy, he had a great look at it there, and he'll pick up his 2nd. And that's the 4th-team foul, or make it the 5th now. Both teams with 5 team fouls in the second half.
Grant, I'm old school. You see that white square that's on the backboard?
I know.
Use that.
Here's coast-to-coast Baker up and good with the layup. His first bucket of the 4th quarter, I should say. He's got 19, and there's Lisson back the other way, up and in.
Had to have that answer right there.
You're right, though, Eric. They can't let this get into double figures. There's Baker, the drive, good and fouled. So quick to the basket, James Baker. Eastmont foul on Cavillo. That's number 3 on him.
Oh, I thought they called that on Wellborn. I already had it written down in my book here.
I believe it's Cavillo.
Yeah. No, they said 20. I thought it was on. Shot clock is running here, and the game clock is running.
So let's see what we've got. 4:46 is what's shown on the game clock.
I think about 10 seconds just ran off the clock.
I think
here.
at least that.
Yeah.
At the free throw line, once again, Baker.
5 minutes to go here. I don't think Eastmont wants to get into a running game here. I think Rogers is way too adept at that.
And very athletic.
Yes.
Baker at the line for his 22nd point of the night. Free throw, though, is no good. He'll stay at 21. Eastmont with the rebound. Lisson in some trouble. Almost walked with it. Now it's Simpson to Wellborn. Bounce pass, baseline. Cavillo back to Wellborn. Nice pass. Good.
Got worried with that bounce pass by Wellborn underneath, but they were able to do some good fundamentals, find the open man for the easy bucket for Eastmont, answering back.
This is a bomb by Baker, well outside the pro three-point line, the NBA line, and no good, but the offensive rebound to the Rams, and Rogers will set it back up offensively. Barrett near side and Chetta. Bounce pass down low. Simpson the hand on the back of Apanasevich, and he'll pick up the foul.
Apanasevich was so far away from the bucket there. No need for Simpson to reach like that. Just go ahead and play good defense. Let him front up on you. He's outside. You've got the inside position. You've got the height on Apanasevich. No need for that reach.
And it's the little things like that, especially in a close game like this, that really makes the difference in the game. Free throw good by Apanasevich. His first point of this fourth quarter. Had an outstanding third quarter with 9 points. He's got 14 for the ball game. Next free throw a little flatter, but he gets it to go, rolls in.
Got a timeout taken by Rogers. Full timeout for Coach Anchetta.
4:26 left, fourth quarter. Rogers 64, Eastmont 56. Back courtside with you in 60 seconds. Stay with us. 4 minutes, 26 seconds left to go, fourth quarter, and our second game of our doubleheader tonight on the NCW Life Channel. It's the Rogers Rams from Puyallup out of the 4A South Puget Sound League against the Eastmont Wildcats. Rogers with an 8-point lead, and we're back to action with Lasan on the dribble, top of the key, right-handed dribble, and Chetta comes out on him. Man-to-man defense for the Rams. Down low, Wellborn kicks it back to Simpson. Nice ball movement by the Wildcats to Lasan. I think this was the play. Get him open. He can't get it, though, off the front of the rim. Baker with the rebound.
You know, you're okay if you're Coach Waters on that one. They passed the ball 6-7 times before they got it to Lasan. Wide open. Now here's a turnover and another chance for Eastmont.
Barrett went one way, Baker threw it the other, and it goes out of bounds, as Eric mentioned, back to Eastmont. So another opportunity to cut into this 8-point Ram lead with under 4 minutes now left in the ball game.
12 turnovers for the Rams unofficially here in this ball game.
It's Cavillo to Kuski, top of the key as Rogers slides back into his zone defense. Now Simpson left open briefly, doesn't take the shot, back to Lasan. Here's Simpson at the free throw line, head fake, and we've got a push down low. Might be on Waterstrat, and it is.
It is fourth.
Number 4 on Nick Waterstrat, the 6'4" senior, with 3:37 left to go in the fourth quarter. Kuski to inbounds for the Wildcats, does so all the way out to the three-point line, and Wellborn. Now it's Lasan. Holds it up there to the free throw line. Wellborn. Kuski kicks it down low. Simpson to Lasan. Tough shot up and good. How about that?
Timeout Eastmont after the three-pointer by Anthony Lasan.
Full timeout. We'll take another quick one as well. Our score, Rogers 64, Eastmont 59. Come on back. More action in 60 seconds. So Anthony Lasan hits a big three-pointer to get Eastmont back into this one by 5. Now Rogers lead. Lasan with 14 on the night as the Rams come back the other way, and Baker. Dwyer had a nice long rest on the bench. He's back in there, the tall, lanky wing player. Underneath now it's Anchetta. Good position, can't get the shot to go. Ethan Simpson, the nice defensive rebound for the Wildcats. He's going to bring it down himself. Left-handed dribble, pulls up. And lets Jack Kuski, set up the offense. Under 3 minutes now left in the fourth quarter. Rogers up by 5. Here's Cavillo, sees a lane. Nice no-look pass. Wellborn up and in. What a game for Wellborn and a nice look for Cavillo. 64-61, 3-point Rogers lead. Baseline and Chetta with Wellborn on him. Now Apanasevich with it. Cavillo on him. That's a big height disadvantage for the Wildcats there. Shot taken, no good. Wellborn, the defensive rebound, quickly back down the other way. Kuski at top of the key. No look pass underneath Cavillo, but he's working up a much taller player. And back out to Lasan. Approaching 2 minutes now left in this game. Kuski, far wing, elbow inside. Simpson leads in, can't get the shot, kicks it out. Wellborn, wild shot, no good, but Simpson there for the rebound to Kuski. Kuski, a little bit of a walk there at the key, but I think we'll get a blocking foul first, which may have caused those steps, and we'll see who the foul is on. It's on Baker, his second. Both teams in the bonus now, these last minute 54 of the game. Kuski at the free throw line. 2 points, both in the first half. First time to the line, in and out. Front end 1-and-1, no good. Fight for the rebound. Wellborn picks it up. He goes to the basket, up and in.
Wow. Huge offensive glass there for Isaac Wellborn, again coming through here for the Wildcats.
Ball's kicked out. Eastmont thought they got another little gift there, but it didn't happen, and it will remain Rams basketball. A 1-point lead for Rogers and a minute 44 left. Waterstrat to bring it in. Eastmont full court pressure. Baker so quick on the dribble. Down court. Free throw line to the basket. No good. Bodies on the floor. No call. And Simpson the rebound. Eastmont now can retake the lead here with a minute and a half left in the game.
No need to get excited. Take your time. Set up the offense.
Wellborn always working, even without the ball. It's what you like to see. Cavillo trying to go to the basket. Nice spin move. Layup. Good. his first of the fourth quarter, and Eastmont takes the lead.
Cavillo just gave Rogers a toothache with the sweetness on the move there.
And Coach Rico Anchetta wants timeout. With a minute 13 left in the game, it's Eastmont 65, Rogers 64. We're back courtside in 60 seconds. Stay with us. Sophomore Isaac Wellborn, 19 points for Eastmont in this game. Just made the last bucket to give Eastmont the lead, but quickly inbounds. Beautiful play, Apanasevich, good. And that was beautifully drawn up by Coach Rico Anchetta. And now the Rams have the lead with 1 minute left to go in the game. Simpson had a shot, won't take it. Behind the back dribble past the free throw line. Now it's Wellborn to Lassonde. 50 seconds left to go. Cavillo spins against Turco, can't do anything. to Kuski inside the lane. Wellborn puts it up wildly, no good. Simpson the putback, no good. Here's Wellborn, another chance, up good, fouled! Wellborn is 21st point of the game. And that's
4 offensive
Apanasevich.
rebounds for Eastmont in this fourth quarter, and 2 or 3 of those coming down the stretch here.
The kid works so hard. 67-66 Eastmont. Free throw no good by Wellborn. And our lead remains 1 for the Wildcats. Here's Baker, not a Turco, directing traffic with Cavillo on him. Back to Baker, that's who you want the ball in the hands of, is Baker. Now to Apanasevich underneath. Waterstrat, turnaround jumper, no good, off the glass. The ball is missed, it goes out of bounds. Who's got it? And it will be Rogers basketball. That was a tough call.
That's a good call, though. It did touch Eastmont last.
16.1 seconds left. Shot clock is off. Inbounds to Waterstrat. Underneath, Apanasevich
That should be
getting
an offensive foul. Oh, my goodness. Apanasevich curled his arm around and hooked Simpson, and they call Simpson for the foul.
Simpson's third. And Apanasevich to the line was 2 for 2 in the first half, 3 for 3 here in the second half, so he's 5 for 5 from the line. First free throw on the way, good.
Well, Waters has lots of timeouts here. Tie game.
13.3 seconds left. Here's Apanasevich. Second free throw also good, and timeout called by Coach Waters. And he'll take a full one. We'll take a break too. Our score with 13.3 seconds left to go. Rogers 68, Eastmont 67. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 60 seconds. What a game. 13.3 seconds left to go. Fourth quarter. Rogers leads it by 1, 68-67. Eastmont with the basketball. Here's Lassonde now, across half court with 9 seconds left. Lassonde working on Baker. There's a matchup right there. Lassonde gets Baker to leave his feet. Shot no good. Rebound into the hands of Apanasevich, and we've got a foul. It may be on Cavillo. Let's see here, and I think it is. The foul is on Oscar Cavillo, his fourth. Doesn't matter really at this point. 0.5 of a second left to go in the game.
Cavillo thinks he's fouled out. I've only got him for 4 as well. No, he's going to stay in here.
And Apanasevich at the free throw line, who has been absolute money from there tonight. 7 out of 7 from the free throw line. Rogers a 1-point lead. Free throw good. Make it 8 for 8 from the line. That's 20 points for Apanasevich in this ball game. And Coach Anchetta wants to talk about it.
Well, he wants to make sure that they don't foul after this made free throw. So you talk positively about it. You say, okay, after Apanasovich makes this free throw, they're going to get an inbounds play. They might call a timeout before they do the inbounds play. Half a second left. Eastmont still has 1:30 and one full here. You still have seen that three-quarter, half-court shot, and if you're up by 3, just make sure you don't foul.
Well, that's true. Maybe if you're Rogers, you don't even put guys around the key for this free throw. You just kind of clear him out and let him shoot, and if he misses, let Eastmont get it and wing one down court. I don't know, but I think that's what they're going to do too, Eric. No use taking that risk of having him around the key. Apanasovich at the free throw line. We mentioned he's 8 for 8 from there tonight.
Now, if I'm Eastmont, I counter by putting 2 guys on the lane and put everybody else out as an outlet.
You got to have somebody out here, that's for sure, but Eastmont doesn't. They put 4 around the key with just Kuski out beyond the three-point arc. 69-67 our score. Free throw, Apanasovich. This time it's a brick off the side of the rim. Shot taken. It's no good by Wellborn. You never know on a shot like that. And what a game we had. Our final score, Rogers 69, Eastmont 67. And that was a ball game right there, my friend.
Really was, really was. Eastmont, I got to give them credit. Boy, they came out here and fought really valiantly, led by as many as 9 points in that first half, but just could not hang on here against a very talented Rogers team that has so many shooters from outside.
Outscored 20-17 in that quarter, and that was the difference, losing by 2. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with all your final game stats and more from the Town Toyota Center right here on the NCW Life Channel after this. Grant Olson and Eric Grandstrom back courtside at Town Toyota Center. Boy, it's quiet in here now, Eric.
Yeah.
What a great game.
Happened?
In fact, we had 2 great ball games tonight. If you missed the first game and didn't catch the action, well, I guess you didn't catch the action, but if you didn't, I guess just watch the game. Final score in overtime in that first one was Rogers 64, Eastmont 62.
It's been a long game.
And another great one here in our nightcap. Our final score, Rogers 69 and Eastmont 67. What a game for both Isaac Wellborn and also Ethan Simpson played great tonight, too.
You certainly can't hang your head if you're Eastmont. Mike Waters said that he's rebuilding a lot of things here for the Eastmont Wildcats, both offensively and defensively, but especially with the ball handling here tonight, and only 8 turnovers where they've been averaging 20 so far this season. Also, 16 lead changes in this ball game, 3 ties. You can't ask for a better game for fans for the NCAA Basketball Showcase in this one right here.
You know, not that many turnovers, not that many fouls. This is a quick-moving ball game up and down the court. It's really it's kind of fun game that you want to watch, that's for sure. And it was exciting all the way down to the end. Let's take a look at our final game stats, and we'll begin with Eastmont leading the way. Isaac Wellborn, 21 points on the night tonight for the sophomore, 14 for Anthony Lasan, also 14 for Ethan Simpson, 8 points for Oscar Cavillo, 4 points for Trey Haberlock, also 4 for Preston Esparza, and 2 points for Garrett Smith and for Jack Kuski for the Eastmont Wildcats. 8 of 14 from the free throw line in the ball game. And now for Rogers leading the way, James Baker with all those 3-pointers. Unbelievable. 14 at halftime, 7 in the second half for 21 points. 20 points for Nikita Apanasovich. He was 8 of 9 from the free throw line, the big man, and that was a difference for them as well. Jace Barrett, the sophomore, with 12 points, 5 each for Isaiah Lilly and Joey Anchetta, 3 for Michael Dwyer. Nick Waterstadt added 2 as well for Rogers. 13 of 18 for the Rams from the free throw line for a total of 69 points. So really 3 players stand out for the Rams, that's for sure. It's Baker, Apanasovich, and that sophomore Barrett, who's going to be a great player.
Yeah, and Apanasovich finishes with 7 boards here on the night. A couple of offensive rebounds, especially in that fourth quarter down the stretch, was huge for those second chance opportunities. 24 rebounds unofficially for Rogers in the ball game. They finished up with just 11 turnovers, so pretty clean, especially in that second half. It was just good, tenacious defense back and forth. north, and some really good shooting from the outside for both ball clubs, especially for Rogers down the stretch. Eastmont with 20 rebounds on the night. They were led by the 9 boards of Isaac Wellborn. So you've got the 21 points going with 9 boards. That's got to be a career high in both for him. Just a sophomore for Eastmont. I think Mike Waters found a diamond in the rough there.
Without a doubt. Plus, he wasn't even starting to begin the season. So, yeah, I think they found maybe their star player for the season. So that was a great time tonight.
Absolutely.
Couldn't ask for better games, that's for sure.
And we've got
fantastic.
More coming up tomorrow, starting at 11 o'clock in the morning. And the NCAA Life Channel, of course, will have the Wenatchee Eastmont boys and girls tomorrow night right here on the NCAA Life Channel, so be sure and tune in for that. So that's going to wrap it up. Hey, a reminder that our broadcast brought to you in part by Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. Take a walk on the wild side, the Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club, and the Windmill Restaurant. And, of course, we appreciate the folks at Confluence Health sponsoring our injury timeouts, Wenatchee's premier treatment center for all sports-related injuries, and our folks that help us talk to the coaches, TC Slingers, rock, bark, sand, soil. They'll place the material for you at TC Slingers. That's going to do it here. It's been a long day at the Town Toyota Center, another long one to come, and we got to thank our whole crew. Let's see if I can remember everybody. Michael Price on camera for our first couple of games tonight, along with Jessica Medina, and then we had Tucker Wagner and Uriah Darby. Thanks to Dan Kuntz, our line producer here in studio. Tucker Wagner was also in the studio earlier today, and Grant, thank you, my friend.
Thank you. It was a blast as always.
You betcha. Have a Merry Christmas, and to all a Merry Christmas. And appreciate you joining us here for sports, no matter what it happens to be here on the NCW Life Channel. That's going to wrap it up here for day 2 of the Giesa Credit Union NCW Basketball Showcase from the Town Toyota Center, with the the Eastmont boys falling here in the end to Rogers 69-67. Prior to that, it was Eastmont falling in overtime to Rogers 64-62. Have a good night, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for Eastmont Wildcat Boys Basketball on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast was brought to you in part by the Wenatchee Racket and Athletic Club, the Windmill Restaurant, Les Schwab Tires, Confluence Health, TC Slingers, and the Walkabout Grill. We now return to our regular programming on your source for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.